We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
But
we in the money game. And
We're
you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Why is she canceled? And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just got to consider how strong you are.
We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game. We in the money game, and you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help. Monique, why is she canceled? And then I knew Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told anybody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, no, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you, Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And you was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just gotta consider how strong the influence is at that point. Never seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary, and almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hai and Felicia? Then what? Why? Why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? Everything's Steve to vouch for Steve Harvey. I want everybody to listen to me because I watched all this from the beginning. Steve Harvey out-hustled everybody. Okay? It has been confirmed. And guess who's on the Diddy tapes? It has been confirmed that Steve Harvey was on the Diddy tape. I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background. 50 Cent is going after Steve Harvey because he let Oprah use him to blacklist Taraji after she said how badly Oprah treated her on the set of The Color Purple. Child, it's a hot mess because Oprah is said to have gotten mad at Taraji for being negative, which she thinks hurt the movie's box office success. 50 Cent may be a professional troll, but he will always stand up for what is right. He doesn't like that Oprah is doing to Taraji what she did to Monica back then, using Steve Harvey to get back at her. Sadly, Oprah's plan to blacklist Taraji may already be working because studios are supposedly canceling all of Taraji's gigs and no one wants to work with her. But it looks like 50 isn't joking around because he says he has proof of Oprah's evil plans that could get her canceled for good, and he's not afraid to tell the truth. Obviously, all things pass, she will be okay. But she hasn't slept in 2 days. She is not doing well. May I say she is not. She is not doing well. Look at Oprah. You see how she looked at Taraji and quickly looks away. And now look at Taraji. Look at her legs. She locks it away from Oprah, looking up, fluttering her eye, trying to hold back tears. But she's trying to be professional. But she weaves into Oprah. Oprah pulls away. Fake laugh. We all know that's fake. That's fine. But is Oprah really trying to ruin Taraji's career because of what she said about her during the press tour for The Color Purple? Did she ask Steve Harvey to help her with her plan? Let's get started. As a black woman, you know we do it with so much grace and get paid half the price of what we're worth, and that becomes difficult. And it's a slap in my face when people go, oh, you work all the time. Well, bitch, I have to, 'cause the math ain't math. I wish I could do 2 films a year and relax the rest. I wish I had it like that. So because you see me working so much, I got to. You know, big bills come with this shit we do, okay? I don't do this alone. It takes a team, and they want to get paid for their work, as they should. So when you hear somebody making, oh, they made $10 million on this movie, well, you know, Uncle Sam gonna get 50% off the top, right? Then you gotta pay 30% or however much you pay your team. So you really haven't made $10 million. So that's why that Benjamin Button story hit so hard, because all I was asking was for $500,000. I wasn't trying to take nothing from Brad Pitt or Kate Winslet or Blanchett. They deserve to earn what they get because they work their asses off for it. I so too worked my ass off. And at the time, I couldn't say no. I didn't have any power because they would have been like, next. But I saw the bigger picture and I had to check my ego. And it was tough because I had to check it every day on that set. I had to check it because it would rise up in me. And I would be like, I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the am I doing? I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Don't apologize. And then they tell me we don't translate overseas. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that. My entire career, 20 plus years in the game, and I hear the same thing. And I see what you do for another production. And when it's time for us to go to bed, you don't have any money. They play in your face. When you see a black woman up here, baby, we jumped hurdles to get here. We fought all the obstacles. Yes, getting paid less than. And we do it with grace. We do it with grace because if we speak up too much, we're considered angry. I'm trying to give you lessons here. A few weeks ago, Taraji and Oprah were in the news because of some shocking things Taraji said during her press tour for The Color Purple. Now, the point of movie press tours is to get people excited about the movie by talking about how great it is. That's why people thought Taraji was wrong for telling everything like that. She could have at least waited until the movie made money before talking about other things.
But you can't really blame Taraji because it seems like she had so many feelings bottled up from years of being mistreated and lowballed in the industry that when she finally had the chance to say what she wanted, she just couldn't hold it in any longer. Taraji's SAG-AFTRA interview was the beginning of it all. She said that since Proud Mary, her pay had not gone up. If you've seen Proud Mary, you know how much Taraji loved playing that part.
That should have given her the chance to start making a lot of money. You can look at any role Taraji has ever played and see how it should have made her one of the highest paid actors in the business. But Taraji said that when she was asked to be in The Color Purple, the offer she got was so low that it was rude. Black women having the same story, it's breaking my heart. Like 20 plus in the game, it breaks my heart. It's like every time you achieve something really incredible, it's almost like the industry looks at it as a fluke. Like, that was like some one-time thing. So you fall back to the bottom and you gotta negotiate and fight tooth and nail to get what you made the last time when, where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary and almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hai and Felicia? Then what? Why? Why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can. We can, and we are. You have to look at the glass. It's half full. It's always half full. No, baby. I was some. She cut you off, right? She cut you. She edited out what you had to say, pretty much. Okay, that's what it came down to. That was the only time I was on over. Okay, and then whether we get invited back or not. Did you call? Taraji then talked about how she had to speak out about things like this because if actresses like her didn't, younger actresses would have to deal with the same things they did in the business. Taraji's comments started a much-needed conversation about how Hollywood doesn't pay Black women enough and doesn't value them enough. Viola Davis even spoke out about how she was still underpaid, even though she had done everything her male and white female coworkers had done. What they're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid, well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets, and I'm #1 on the call sheet. And then I have to go in, and I have to hustle for my worth. That's what I feel like I'm doing when I demand what I feel. Listen, I have a more than a 30-year professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career. I said, yeah, but you can't compare me to you because, once again, I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it. I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale, they came out of Juilliard,
They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me. And yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. And yet I have to constantly get on that phone. And I have fabulous agents, by the way. They are getting it.
But I have to get on that phone, and people say, you're a Black Meryl Street. You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that? You pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth. We're going to go over body language. Let's look at Oprah. You see how she looked at Taraji and quickly looks away? And now look at Taraji.